Hello, everybody. I'm Bobby Francis. Masters in meteorology. Over 400 tornadoes intercepted, 120 tropical storms. Been doing weather for about 21 years. So let's talk about this whole possible snow event across the United States. The southern side's still a pretty large question, but moving into right now, definitely above I-40 is definitely going to be a target. But the question's going to be is what's going to happen below I-40. There's been a lot of different depictions of maybe, some people saying the Snowmageddon coming back. I find that to be rather a low chance. I do think there will be some snow below I-40, maybe all the way into maybe even Houston area. That's possible. But this is not going to be anything like, 3 foot of snow across Texas like we saw a couple years ago. So we're going to run this forward. This is a line that's expected tomorrow. 2 days from now, 48 hours. This is just going to be a rain line. As cold as it's been, we could get some isolated sleet, isolated snow along Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, maybe far southeastern Texas. Maybe. This is a real big question. Doesn't look to be convective. It's not a severe line. It's going to be too cold. Okay, now moving into our next line with this line right here. This is the one right around Christmas. So any of this area to the top right here could be, or bottom right, could be affected pretty heavily by severe weather. There is a possibility there could be a warm front evolve over Alabama. All the way into maybe even Virginia. Like pretty much along this little isolated area right here. It's not going to be the biggest severe weather event. It doesn't have shearing. Tornadoes are not a real threat. But some 60-mile-an-hour winds with cells decaying, leaving the warm front as possible. We do have this area right through here. The northeastern side of the United States is going to be the more heavily affected. And, of course, the Midwest. So the American model, because this is off the GFS run, is showing at this moment snow possibilities to run right along I-20 in Louisiana. This has bounced around a lot. I've seen it take runs from I-40 in Oklahoma. I've seen it take runs from San Antonio, Texas. There's really no trending. So somewhere between San Antonio, Texas and Oklahoma to the east, Oklahoma City to the east, is pretty much our trending right now. That's a massive area of space. A massive area of space. But moving forward, it is expected to become a bomb cyclone moving into the northeastern side of the United States. Maybe strengthen up, capable of 971, 969 millibar, which for anyone who don't know, that's roughly Category 3 hurricane strength. If you equated that to a tropical storm, this is one expected to be one massive bomb cyclone. Then we have a secondary line, which the GFS right now is not expecting it to do a whole lot. I do think this is wrong because you have a secondary line forming behind it that's cycling from low to high. As this continues to move along, 31st. There's going to be chances in between here too, and this is the first run. We are currently, we're 3 runs away from the final. But this is the start of the line in the first that could sweep across central Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas. It doesn't look to affect Texas much. Maybe the Arklatex does get into some of this, but that's been the trending of the model currently. I have my screen switch up a little different. So this is the total run expected out until the 24th for Christmas for the German model. This is the Icon Germany model. This is the Canadian model. are the CMC. They're the same thing, Canadian model. Here's the American run, or the global forecast system. Right along here, thinking there could be some dip down. You really don't have a lot of model options that far out. You could run the 9K Euro, but I'm not really a fan of the model, so I'm just going to leave that out. We're going to run American, Canadian, German. So moving forward, this is our temperatures expected to change along that line for the next. We're gonna bring this out to right around Christmas. There's your strong enveloping polar vortex occurring as the sagging occurs right along the polar vortex lining right here. So either way, everybody in the south, even if we don't get snow, it's going to be cold. We're talking real cold. You want to pack a couple coats for Christmas. That's pretty much going to be the outcome here, because you look at this. This is, East Texas, Louisiana area, northern Louisiana, 14 to 22 degrees. And with this cold front enveloping over the area, that's going to be what we're going to be seeing. It's going to be extremely cold. If you leave it outside and it's liquid, it's probably going to freeze. The question is going to be is, will we get the moisture in place to create snow? That's kind of what the whole difference is of there is snow, there isn't snow. It's not temperature based. It's more, will you get the moisture? Moving forward, continue to do the same thing. Then we come into an enveloping warm front as the cold front begins to fade back to the northeast. And all of these people up here probably wind up with a large amount of snow. Some of these areas could see 4 to 6 feet. It's possible. Then this is going to be right around New Year's right here. We get the new polar vortex sagging occurring on a brand new low that's expected to form right around Wyoming area, which this is very close to our last tornadic setup. The one that produced the tornadoes moving from Rusk, Texas into Shreveport and south of Shreveport. Very close and identical to low area, just much colder environment. This is definitely not going to be tornadic, but we'll rock it forward a little bit here. There's still a couple more days out that I am not, that the model's not grabbing. This is currently for the south right now. This is going out to the 2nd. Expecting 2 lines to come really close. Like I said, there's been a huge change in the GFS from thinking right around here is Oklahoma City, I-40 runs across and down into right around here, which is Little Rock, Arkansas. And some of the models, even this model, has shown possibility as far as San Antonio, or maybe even along the coast. That's a massive area. The chances of probability do exist, but will it happen? That's a good question. But all in all, that's really what we got going on here in the future. And thank you all for watching. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'm out of here.